Hey man, today we got 10 red flags you should avoid when dating. By the way, I'm not no dating expert or guru, so take everything that I say with a grain of salt. But starting with number 1, avoidance of commitment. Yes sir, this is gonna be a doozy, but basically this one is when someone is consistently avoiding defining the relationship or talks about wanting to keep things casual long term, and a lot of the time it's because they're scared of committing to one person or they're in their head about this being the wrong person. And this type of dynamic, if you're the one looking for something serious but you don't want to give up on that person that is complacent, basically just give them a date. Facts. Give them a date. That way they can at least think of something, and that's the only real solution that I have for this one. If they ain't rocking with it, then you gotta give them the big boot and get out of there. No violence, of course. Number 2, dishonesty. Man, this one is a complete no-no because of how many problems that this can bring in a relationship, especially if they start lying about important stuff early in the dating process. Lies or deception, even about small things, are indicators of large trust issues in the future, and if they're willing to lie to you off rip, who knows how long they'll continue to do so. Stay away from this type of behavior because I promise it's only going to get worse, even if they're just lying about small things, because chances are if they're lying to you about something small, eventually it's going to get worse and worse till you regret giving them more chances. Number 3, lack of accountability. People who don't take responsibility for their actions or frequently blame others for their mistakes may struggle to maintain a healthy relationship because they can't even own up to what they did wrong. These types of red flags can easily be seen at the beginning of the relationship because people that lack accountability tend to blame everything on anything other than themselves. Now, to help with the solution, demand accountability. Encourage your partner to take responsibility for their actions. A healthy relationship requires both people to own up to their mistakes, my guys. So if they still tripping and they ain't always trying to shift blame, it might show they have an unwillingness to grow, and you got to keep it pushing. Number 4, unresolved past relationships. Unresolved relationships that happened in the past can always brew a bunch of dumb problems. If they're still emotionally attached to an ex or haven't fully healed from a past relationship, it might indicate they aren't really ready for a new one. But if you still want to hold on to that relationship and is a hopeless romantic, then listen, give them space for an unresolved relationship. If they're hung up on their ex, give them a little bit of space, you feel me? Be clear that you're not interested in moving forward unless they're emotionally ready for a new relationship and can stand on business. Number 5, anger issues. Yes, anger issues. This is an obvious one and everyone should easily be able to pick up on this. If a person has a short temper or shows aggressive behavior, especially early on, this can escalate into abusive behavior over time. It could be as little as like a girl slapping you on the arm because you made a joke that wasn't that funny, or a guy yelling at you because you made him slightly upset. If anger or aggression becomes a concern, then please suggest that they seek therapy or help managing their emotions. And if they're still tripping, then start booking it and don't look back or you're going to be a victim.
You're a victim.
Number 6, gaslighting. Yes sir, the good old gaslighting or manipulation essentially. I can almost guarantee y'all can probably think of one person that does this. It doesn't even have to be a relationship or any type of romantic dynamic. If the person manipulates you into questioning your own reality or feelings, it's a serious sign of emotional abuse. I've been on Reddit and would see a plethora of different stories that would involve this type of red flag, but a lot of the times you're not even going to see it coming until you're somewhat too deep in. It was a story about someone that had issues with her boyfriend wanting to buy guns, but it was somewhat deeper than that, and she was wondering if she was getting manipulated since they had a physical, you know what I'm saying, had physical issues beforehand. My solution for this type of situation is to stay aware of how your partner continues to treat you and trust your instincts. If you feel manipulated or doubt yourself too often, it may be necessary to seek help from trusted friends, a therapist, or distance yourself from the relationship. I know it's very vague, it might not be that easy, but that's why I said take my advice with a grain of salt. Hope it helps. Number 7, excessive jealousy. Now this isn't any regular, oh, she or he saw you talking to some girl or guy and he thought you was flirty. Nah, this is the next level. This is where even small things can make the person that you're dating jealous, like making more money than them, hanging out with your friends, being better at a hobby. Little stuff like that can end up making them jealous, and they tend to let you know how they feel up front. So how can you go about this? If your partner exhibits jealousy or controlling behaviors, calmly but firmly set boundaries. Explain that trust and independence are key to a healthy relationship. If they continue, it may be best to reevaluate the relationship and dip. Number 8, lack of communication. communication. Lack of communication is a no-brainer, but basically if the person struggles to communicate openly or consistently, it could indicate future issues in resolving conflicts or building emotional intimacy. So what you gotta do, gang, is encourage honest and open conversations early in the dating process before y'all even know each other that deep yet. Express how you feel and ask your partner to do the same. If communication remains difficult or one-sided, it may indicate long-term issues. And at that point, you already know what the deal is and you gotta book it. Number 9, negative outlook. A negative outlook on anything is sure to bring down a dating scene, especially for the other person, because you always got something negative to say like a goofy. A consistently negative or cynical attitude towards life, people, or relationships can drag down the emotional health of the partnership. So if your partner is consistently negative, try to encourage a shift in perspective by offering positive thoughts. But if negativity continues to dominate, it can have a damaging effect on your well-being, and nobody ain't got time. And number 10, inconsistent behavior. They're a hot and cold and on some bipolar type tip and start to change their attitude suddenly or unreliable. This can lead to confusion and emotional instability in a dating dynamic. You don't want to be with somebody who is always changing how they feel, either about you or the stuff they say, because they tend to switch up on things that truly matter. So you got to keep it a buck and talk about patterns of inconsistency. Explain how their unreliable actions affect you in a relationship, and if they show no sign to be more consistent, it's a sign they might not be ready for commitment. But hey, that's all of them for now, man. I plan on uploading at least once a week. Yes, once a week. That seems unheard of on this channel, but with this new editing process, it's definitely possible. Stay tuned for a new video next Sunday because your boy is focused now. But as always, I'ma see y'all soon. Stay saucy and stay young, and I'm gone.